Hi, I'm Blisy.
Hey, if you enjoy the video, consider clicking like, subscribe, bell notification, and the join button. Becoming a channel member is only $4.99 a month. It really helps me out, and you get a bunch of perks like these badges for how long you've been a member for. You get these emojis for my live stream chats, and you get access to my videos when I upload them instead of when I release them. So thanks so much, and enjoy the video. Hey guys, my name is Blisy, and I'm going to be showing you an interesting way to shiny hunt starters in Pokemon Emerald without having to worry about any of the broken RNG at all. I mean, you will never have to worry about the broken RNG using this method. The downside is it's a bit lengthy. So the principle runs like this. So if you know anything about Emerald RNG, what makes it broken, and a lot of people know that it is broken, but they don't necessarily understand how, and I'm not going to explain too in depth as to why, but basically Pokemon uses a concept called initial seeding. Emerald, they accidentally they mess up the programming, and its initial seed is always 0. Because of that, and because of the way the RNG works, the RNG runs at 60 frames per second. So if you're reasonably fast with your mashing, if I soft reset my game, I mash A and I'm saved in front of the starter, I'll probably get a similar frame every time. So if I were to wait a minute here, right, 58 seconds, I would probably get one of these 10 spreads every time if I'm reasonably consistent with how I mash. And so it would be, and since you're going to be doing it every time, even if I expand up 5 or down 5, I'm going to be hitting the same spreads, and if there's not a shiny frame there, it's just unlucky. And most people, what they do is they do 10 or 15 resets in front of the starter, and if it's not shiny, they reset for a new trainer ID, right? And the downside with the new trainer ID thing is, even if you get a new trainer ID and one of these is shiny, it's still all the same spreads. Like, all of these spreads are the same. Everyone has encountered these spreads before. So Emerald, actually, I don't know how many people know this, has one instance in which its RNG isn't broken, and that's right when you start a new game. So Fire Red and Leaf Green actually does this as well, but I don't think Ruby and Sapphire do when their battery is dead. So the interesting thing about this is that when you start a new game, your trainer ID is your seed, essentially. It's the decimal version, I think, of your hex seed. So I'm going to name myself, right? It doesn't matter, anything like that. Just get through the intro as fast as you can. And when you go through, you're going to have a trainer ID, obviously. Now, as long as you do not save and reset before you get your starter, your trainer ID will be your seed. So let's check this out. Stop here. So I'll go here, right? So this is my trainer ID. So if I type this into a calculator, right? So I type it in a calculator in programmer mode, and I type 48267. I switch it to hexadecimal mode. This is now my seed for Emerald. I have a different seed than 0. It'll go away once I save and reset, right? However, boom, right here, and now all of the spreads are totally different, and since you're not going to be saving, if you don't get a shiny, what you do is you just reset if the starter isn't shiny. And so this does two things, if you ask me. So one, it does increase the length of the reset, obviously. This is probably as bad as, like, I don't know, like a roamer RNG or roamer RNG. This is probably bad as, like, some kind of roamer shiny hunt, or like a modern gen starter shiny hunt in terms of like X and Y or something along those lines. But the positive to this is that not only are you going to have unique, you're not going to have to worry about doing that whole method where you check 10 times and you hit the same exact mudkip 10 times or whatever you're looking for, right? But you're going to have a unique shiny spread in that because shininess, your PID essentially, is also tied to the IV spreads that you have. You're going to have a very unique Pokemon in the sense that the IVs are all going to be different, right? Normally, even if you get a shiny frame, if you get the shiny frame at, 58 seconds exactly on the dot, right? I could hit on my own Emerald with a seed of 0 the exact shiny frame of the exact shiny frame you got, but it wouldn't be shiny. But otherwise, the Pokemon would be identical. This method, the trainer ID RNG is so fast that no one can manipulate it. You can't manipulate it on retail. You can't manipulate it on emulator. And so because of that, you're gonna have a very, very, very unique starter spread, which is very cool, which normally wouldn't happen. So right, I'll go here. Where's Mudkip? Go to Mudkip. If it's not shiny, I reset and I play the whole intro again. So it's not shiny, I reset. Of course it's not shiny. And I'm not going to go until I get a shiny, and I can't, this is not something that is really possible or easy for me to RNG manipulate. Oh, just because of the way it is. Sorry, I reset. So like I said, the principle is start the game, go through the entire intro, and check your starter. If it's not shiny, do a complete reset, and just do a new game straight away. This way you'll have completely unique PID, and you'll have a completely unique shiny starter, and you don't have to worry about Emerald's broken RNG at all in that sense. And another cool thing that's interesting is if you want to do random encounter hunts this way, until you save and reset the game, you'll actually keep that seed. So that's just an interesting thing to think about. So I'll just show you one more time how the trainer ID is going to be. It's going to be totally different. I can't manipulate it even if I wanted to, and trust me, as an RNG abuser, I really want to. And it's just going to be a very unpredictable way for you to get unique starter, I think. So I'll show you in a second. So I'll check again. So as you can see, the trainer IDs look similar, but everything is going to be totally different. So I'll type it in again. 41623. Hex, completely different seed. A297. Hit generate. As you can see, the spreads are different. And whatever I would have as shiny would be different. So I think that's really interesting. I hope you guys enjoy this. Like I said, I don't normally do videos for shiny hunting, but I think this is just a good method to share with you guys if anyone's crazy enough to do this. I know it is kind of a long hunt. I don't think it's much worse than doing a roamer hunt or something like that. And I do think it produces much more unique and interesting Pokemon. And it could just be a fun way for you to RNG abuse an Emerald, or an RNG abuse, a fun way for you to shiny hunt an Emerald, a game that I know is difficult for a lot of people to shiny hunt in. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks, guys. I just want to thank my channel members so much. You guys are amazing. Without this kind of support, I wouldn't be able to put out the videos I do, and I wouldn't be able to stream as frequently. Thanks so much. If you want to consider becoming a member, just click the join button underneath this video or at my channel page. It's only $4.99 a month. It really helps me out. I'm extremely uncomfortable doing these kinds of plugs, but I'm doing it anyway because the money helps. And if you can't or don't want to, don't feel bad. I'm just asking because, yeah. Thanks so much, guys. You're all amazing. See you next video. And a special shout out to Achroma and Super Saiyan, my Bliss God tier members. You guys are amazing and your generosity is unbelievable. Thanks, guys.